Top of it, guys. It's your boy Coach Mustang, man. and thanks for supporting the channel, man. It's early as hell out here in Las Vegas. I try to get my early people that's in New York City three time zones away as I'm out here on the West Coast, you dig? And wanted to drop this little video about Johnathon Hay. And Johnathon Hay is saying that Dame Dash needs to confess and come clean that he used to see Jay-Z sleeping with transgendered women on tour. You dig? I mean, and we talked about that yesterday. Dame Dash is somebody that knows where all the bodies are where all the secrets are buried at. You dig what I'm saying? And you notice nobody ever messed with Dame Dash. Now, he might not have the most money in the world. He might just had to get his grill fixed. But Jay-Z, man, on the low, he could be funneling Jay-Z some cash. I mean, Jay-Z could be funneling Dame Dash some cash so he can keep his mouth quiet, because I don't think, in my personal opinion, I don't believe Dame Dash was ever with that type of activity. Dame Dash is too much of a damn real one to even get caught up in that shit like that. But Jay-Z has been, spotted, dealing with transgender people out in the open, flirting with them, as well as DJ Khaled had an open gay relationship at a video shoot before. So, a lot of you guys need to come on out this closet and see what's really going on. This stuff starts off from this lifestyle. And what's the lifestyle? The swinging lifestyle. You guys, you're human. Use your head. When you have so much of something, you get tired of it. It's like if you ate chicken every night, you're gonna get tired of chicken. You're gonna want something else. And then pretty soon, when you've eaten up everything eating as much of everything as you wanted, you're gonna find something new. Same thing in the sexual world. You've slept with 10 women, you slept with 20 women, so now they want something different. See, even LL Cool J in his first book says that sometimes you sleep with so many women, you want something different. And that's the case, man, with Jay-Z and Diddy, with their underground tunnels leading from house to house, with Robin Williams in those tunnels and a lot of other major actors. And they're bringing the little people like Ali Carter in those tunnels. But, a lot of these rappers have had a thing for transgendered women, since they came out. And it's just now, becoming open. And like I said, nobody ever paid attention in the Biggie Smalls video of the transgender lady standing in the men's bathroom, using the restroom, and she had a huge Adam's apple, which is their thing. So they've been into this kind of stuff for quite a long time. And even Puff is in the jacuzzi with them. So, I don't know about you guys. I'm a straight black man, but I don't think that I would be sitting there with a transgender person, sitting on my lap in the jacuzzi tub, during a video shoot, because you could have paid a regular woman, unless you were just into that, unless that floats your boat. But of course, guys, I got a video to show you guys, so let's check it out. Hold up.
You see, Dame Dash does his own podcast on his own network, where he mentions Jaguar Wright, and he says, the things she's saying, most of it is true. Again, he said she may put a little extra sauce on it, but from what he knows and from what he remembers, most of what she's saying is based in reality, based on a truth. What are your thoughts on that as far as Dame Dash comes forward? Because this is Jay's right man, and let us know your dealings with Dame Dash, if anything, back then, for him to go in and say, yes, what she's saying is based in a true environment, basically.
Correct. I've got mad respect for Dame Dash. I've never worked with Dame Dash, unfortunately. I've worked with Jay-Z directly. But as far as Dame Dash, I've never worked with him. And I think it's amazing for him to come out and say that. And he could come out and say a whole lot more, because really he knows everything. Like Dame Dash knows when they were going on tour that Jay-Z used to have transgender women on there, on the tour bus. He knows that. He knows that Jay-Z used to prefer transgender women. So I don't know why. I wish Dame Dash would come out and, say everything, but maybe in his own way, he's trying to, protect the hip hop culture, and knows how many people could be crushed if he came out and really spoke about Jay-Z's secrets.
You've been in the industry for so long, for almost 3 decades now, probably just dabbling in it. When it comes to that specific thing, because we've seen where people are speaking on the woman that was in the Biggie Smalls, I believe one more chance video, or whichever video it was, the Big Papa video, I'm sorry. We see that had a lead as a transgender woman, and that story was making headlines. Was there or is there a fascination in the transgender world in hip hop when you were coming out, like an unwritten rule or a myth that there's a thing for transgenders within the hip hop community? Because it seems to be almost like it was taboo back then, but these things are coming to light now.
I think with the transgender, the transgender women, I feel like it's more common in New York than it is anywhere else. Like being in New York, you see them everywhere. She, her, right? You see it everywhere. Whereas down in the South, like where I was from, I've never really experienced that at all. So I don't know if that's part of it.
And see, as you say, guys, back in these huge cities, back in the day, of course, big cities like New York, LA, San Francisco, that kind of stuff was, it was out in the open. It was okay. But people, down here on the West Coast, Las Vegas, Southern California, people weren't dibbling and dabbling in that. But Jay-Z needs to come on out the closet, because Dame Dash is really just doing him a real solid, and he's doing the industry a solid as well. And I believe this is why nobody really messes with Dame Dash other than, Cameron and Mace, because they weren't with that type of activity. But I believe, Dame Dash is a man of integrity. If you watch his movie Honor Up, I think he believes in all that stuff, 10 toes down, stand to himself. He lives by code. But he definitely, has seen Jay-Z sleeping with some of these transgender women way back in the day. So, after a while, like I said, guys, you get tired, and then it's like, what do you turn to next? And you've already seen what he turned to next. He's turned to being a cuckold and watching other well-hung men service Beyonce from time to time while he sits back and services himself. Guys, it's all about the lifestyle community. And just another note, a lot of this talk could have been just, deleted off the rip. If Diddy would have came out and said, hey man, I'm just a swinger. I'm just a swinger. And these guys would just say, no, I'm just a swinger, I'm lifestyle. Well, people will understand more of why you are having the type of intercourse that you're having with other men and other things, because in those type of atmospheres, I mean, come on, let me paint you guys a picture. You got people on ketamine, you got people that are high out of their mind. It's dark. See, the dark. The music is loud. People are drunk. Do you really think that they're caring whose hand and mouth is where? They not looking. They don't even care. They're just in one big happy fantasy because they're high in one big cloud. You understand what I'm saying? And then they normalize it. Hey, this is just what it is. And that's what they've been doing for quite some time, people. But I don't want to keep y'all too long, man. I'm on my way to the gym, man. Smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and smash that notification bell for your boy. And remember to stay blessed, never stress, never getting finesse, and make sure you're getting plenty of rest. And stay the fuck out of trouble.